In 2022, all the cussing is approved. Please be advised. Hey y'all, I'm Jenn. I'm from Oakland and I'm an androgynous, black, lesbian feminist and a lover of all black people.
This is Daren. I'm an asexual novelist, researcher, and bona fide comic book fanatic from the widest part of Southern California.
Orange County. We're queer millennials with 3 kids and nearly 20 years of marriage.
This is a podcast about the realities of blackness, adulting, and relationships.
This is That Black Couple. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Are we here?
We done landed.
Started from the bottom, now we here. It's episode 33 of the season 3 of The Black Couple. We are in our angel episode.
Yep.
We have a new logo. We have a new website. We have a new format. It's all new. It's brand new. Episode 33 is the rundown episode. We're talking about bell hooks, breakups, and blackness. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready. I mean, it's the angel episode. We got all the 3s. We got all the B's. I'm here. Let's do it. We done landed.
A lot of alliteration on this episode. And last episode, on episode 32, when we were closing out season 2, we told y'all to grab some champagne. But honestly, I feel like I need to keep on holding that bottle. Get that bottle of champagne. Get some Prosecco or some Cava, something bubbly and something to celebrate because we have so many great things going on. So have a seat. This is That Black Couple. I am Jenn.
I'm Daren.
And before we get started, I need you to make sure that you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at That BLK Couple and on Facebook at That Black Couple. Look us up on the internets at our new website that I jizzed up just recently.
That was so flossy.
www.thatblackcouple.com.
You can stream all of our episodes. All season 1, all season 2, and now season 3 on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. Basically, any place you find a podcast, you can find us.
Absolutely.
And when you are listening to us, you got to give us all the praise. I mean, thumbs up. I mean, likes, subscribes, comments, DAP, whatever it is that outlet lets you do that thing.
Did you say DAP?
I said DAP.
You know what? Actually, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I think it's valid.
Yeah, I don't know how you DAP a podcast, but however you do it, I want to see y'all do that as well.
It's 2022, and what did I say? Bigger, better, and blacker.
Yeah.
So now there's DAP.
DAP us. Okay. So here's the thing. This is the rundown episode, and Daren, I think you should tell folks what that is. Can you let people know what this rundown episode will look like? Yeah,
so the rundown episode, we're gonna do one of these per month, and basically it's gonna be a little bit more pop culture based, a little bit more in the now, as they say, and it's really gonna be us talking through a lot of subjects all at once, a lot of things that are happening in the media all at once. So, what you saw on the news, what was popping on TikTok that week. Whatever the gossip was, whatever that is, we're going to be talking about all of those things in a little bit more quick discussions. However, we are still going to be talking about these things in context with greater issues like blackness, like misogynoir, like sexuality, relationships, all the same things that you're used to getting from us, you're going to still be getting.
Yes, with a little, sprinkle pop culture here and there. And today, when we talk about bell hooks, breakups, and blackness, what we're talking about, not just bell hooks, but specifically we're talking about the ways that we've lost a lot of greats recently.
A lot.
All these things have been happening, and I think we should get started. Like, what's on our minds? This is the first segment, and in the rundown, we're going to start every single episode when we do a rundown with what's on our minds, what has been happening, what's going on in the world, what are we feeling right now? Daren, what are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, and the first thing I want to say is this pandemic is not gone. She's still here.
She is.
She's still hanging out.
Wait, why she got to be a she? I think she's a boy.
Okay, he's still here.
Omarion
is still here. He's still sleeping on the couch. We can't kick him out.
Overstay his welcome.
I want to throw him out like jazz. Just but he's still here. He's overstayed his welcome, but he's still here. But I want y'all to keep in mind that the pandemic, it is really a marathon. It is not a sprint. So don't lose your shit. Don't lose your mind. Don't start acting out of your own character. Just hold yourself together. Keep it together. Day by day. We're going to get through it.
What else is in your mind?
Now, I say that to say that as I was perusing the internet, and I'm pretty sure you probably heard about this story. The only thing I heard about was someone was saying something about a spitting pastor.
Yes.
And I was like,
I saw it on Facebook.
What the pastor's doing this week?
All my friends was like, if you spit in my face, I'm about to beat that pastor ass. I said, I don't need to know that story. I'm moving on. Now,
you said that to me, and I immediately thought, okay, it was probably a pastor who got caught up in the spirit, was talking a little bit too loud. The lips were flapping a little bit too hard, and there were freckles probably going out.
Yeah.
But then I doubled back, and I said, let me see what actually happened. And I watched the video, and the man took his time. He spit in his hand, and he talked more. And then he cleared his throat, and he hawked up another loogie into his hand again. And I just thought, you sitting here preaching while holding a handful of spit.
His name is Pastor Mike Todd?
Yes, his name is Pastor Mike Todd.
Where is he actually over a church?
He preaches. He is over the church.
Oh,
he is the head pastor.
Oh, my God.
At the Transformation Church out in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, no.
And
transformation.
I've seen pastors do a lot of things, and I get where pastor was coming from. He was trying to get a message.
You get where this man was coming from.
I get where he was coming from. It was the application was incorrect. Okay, the follow through was a misfire. But I really understand where he was coming from because he was trying. The message that he was trying to get across is that God will give you a vision. He will give you a path. He'll give you a mission, and sometimes it looks a little dirty. It looks a little nasty. And it might be something that you're like, I don't want to do that.
It might have COVID in it because you spit in it.
COVID might be there. There's trials and there's tribulations along the way, and you might not want to do the trials and the tribulations. The message was there that, sometimes you got to go through the dirt and the muck and the mire to get your blessing. I get what he was trying to say. The problem was he said all of that, and then he dipped his fingers into his hand.
Dear God, on today.
And literally, not spit in the man's face. He took the spit and rubbed it around on the man's face.
Dear God, on today, Heavenly Father, blessed God.
I'm just going to drop a quick trigger warning because I'm going to go into the details a little bit. So
but do I have to sit here for this too?
You're here, or just tune it out. Just go into your happy place.
I'm going to meditate.
Yes, meditate on joy. And so he rubbed it in his face, and I think he actually did it twice. And then it was so nasty and so thick.
Oh my God!
That there was actually like a mucus spit.
There's no meditation for this.
That was hanging from the man's mouth, and the man actually had to reach up and remove it because it was that disgusting.
Father God.
And like I said, I say all that to say, we're in a pandemic.
Don't act out your character.
Be mindful.
The fuck is going on in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I don't know. He could have smashed an egg in the man's face. He could have thrown some dust on him. He could have got some paint, some watercolors. The message would have been the same. The message would have been received. We didn't have to do the spit. So don't lose yourself as we go through this pandemic. Like I said, it's a marathon.
Don't let nobody put no handful of loogies on your face. Listen, if it's not sexual, okay, if it's not a kink for you, if we're not talking about a kink and a play party and some BDSM stuff, I don't want to hear it.
Now, let's be clear. It appeared to me that the man did consent to this. Like this was a planned thing that he knew was coming.
I appreciate the consent.
Like it was scripted.
I appreciate the consent, but what I don't appreciate is that this was in a religious forum and that there was footage. My God, this man is going to have his face with spit on it for the rest of his black life. I would rather have a sex tape than a spit tape. Wouldn't you? I would rather have a sex tape than a spit tape.
I concur with you. I think I would rather have a spit tape.
A sex tape.
I would rather have a sex tape than a spit tape.
Yeah.
I want to know if y'all feel the same way. So let us know.
Let us know how y'all feel about that.
The spit or the sex.
Hey, it could even be sex with spit. But what it's not going to be is I'm at church in my suit And I came in today to get a verse and some chorus, and a nigga spit a loogie in my mouth, and I had to pull off the strings. That's never going to be me. It's never going to be me. I will beat your ass. Pastor Mike Todd, I will run you the spade. In Jesus' name.
Okay, let's talk about something a little bit
lighter,
a little bit better, a little bit more.
Because Lord God, my heart. Okay.
Oof. So the other big thing that's popping right now, the singer Muni Long, she got this song called "Hrs And Hrs,"
which I thought was about sex.
Well, I mean, it's partially about sex.
But my friend was like, "Not really, girl. She talking about talking for a long time."
She talking about talking, but the innuendo is there. Okay,
it's a very strong innuendo.
When she talking about thunder showers, she's not talking about the weather outside.
It could be like thunderous voices, like the thunderclap of your song, of your voice.
This ain't Boyz II Men on Bended Knee where you got water droplets running down the window.
It's like
panes.
thunderclap, like that. Thunderclap. No,
not that kind.
You didn't have to look at me like that.
We're not.
It was valid.
My look was valid. Well, yeah, so she got the song called "Hrs And Hrs."
Yes.
And honestly, Muni Long, she's really, really smart. And she said, I'm gonna make an Hrs And Hrs challenge. I'm gonna put it on TikTok.
Yes.
And then her song shot straight up to number 1.
I've heard this.
And the song is great.
I love this song.
Very listenable.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to bring to the forefront, just to make sure people are aware, is Muni Long is not someone who just popped up today and just had some instant TikTok success.
Yes.
Muni Long has been in the game for decades.
Yes.
Way back in the day, her official real name is Priscilla Renea. She started out of her house making YouTube videos. She got super popular on YouTube. She went to Hollywood. She got a record deal. She wrote songs for all your top artists. The one that comes to mind to me first is California King Bed by Rihanna.
Yeah.
Priscilla Renea wrote that way
really?
back in the day.
So she got long money.
She got long money.
That's why her name Muni Long.
That's why her name Muni Long.
She got long money.
She got that production money.
She got that
producer
money.
No.
Yeah, she got that vocal money.
Yeah, she
got that. My name is on multiple parts of the inside of your CD case money. Interesting.
She got the legalese money.
Yeah, she got the white people at the record label know me by name money.
Yeah, she got that.
She got
publishing money, right?
She got that money.
And I say all that to say, I feel like a lot of times in today's society, we look at people and someone's new and you go, oh my God, they're so great. Ooh, I want to pop like that. I just want to go do that one thing that one time and then be like, boom, at top of my game. Priscilla Renea been in the game. She has been invested. She has been honing her craft. She has been doing this for a long time. She knows exactly what she's doing. She has the business acumen. She understands the record labels. She understands how this industry works.
Can I pause you for 1 second?
Yes.
I need y'all to know out there in the world who are listening to this that this man is from Anaheim, California. He is from Orange County. But when this man talks about music business, he hunches his shoulders up. He puts his right fist inside of his left hand and he moves over the top of this microphone like he is spitting bars, like he is Biggie, like he is Tupac, like he is Nas, like he is Jay-Z. And I need y'all to know that I can't articulate what that looks like, but I want y'all to know that he is very black. And right now, he looks very black.
I'm very black.
You are very black.
But I also know my shit, too.
You know your shit. Go ahead.
I've been in the industry for a little bit. Just a little tiny bit myself. I've seen how it works. I've seen the movers and the shakers and the players.
Talk your shit, bro.
And I know how this shit go. And the shit is hard. And for you to be someone like Muni Long, to be in this game for this long and to have continued success like this, it is not easy. And so I just wanted to take a moment and spotlight Muni Long and her Hrs And Hrs.
I like that.
And not just the Hrs And Hrs, but
her whole career.
I
like that.
And
Give
so
her her flowers.
And so let's say that for Muni Long, but also for everyone else.
I like it.
The overnight success thing is not normal. It's very rare. It don't happen often. And so as we all want to embark on our own careers and do things ourselves, remember, you got to be invested. And it might not pop day 1. It might not pop year 1 or year 5.
Shit, or year 10.
Or year 10. But you got to do that long game if you're really trying to have that success.
I like that. We should tell Mike Todd that to stop spitting people's faces. He needs to get some that shit's nasty. Okay. Now, you on Muni Long and Pastor Mike Todd. I, on the other hand, have done something very out of character for me. I have been watching television series.
Y'all don't know. She don't like TV. She likes movies.
I like movies. I like movies. Television shows stress me out. You watch them every episode. The same shit happens. It's just different people. I don't like it. It takes too long to get to the end. I get overwhelmed. I don't like when I can't stream that shit. No, absolutely not. I hate when I have to wait for another episode to come the next week. Why? Why do I have to wait? I'm a Virgo. I'm not waiting for shit. Okay? Okay. Now, what I will say is that the pandemic, the quarantine has stretched me on this because I need to watch television, right? So when Euphoria came out a few years ago, and everyone was like, oh my God, Zendaya's on the show and it's so good. I was like, fuck y'all nigga, she light skinned, I don't care. I'll never watch it. So you right now, it's never gonna happen. Bitch, it happened, okay? It happened, okay? It happened, okay?
How long did it take you to get through season 1?
Maybe half an hour. I don't know. I watched it so fast. I could not stop watching Euphoria. A few weeks ago, I turned it on. I was like, what the fuck everybody talking about? Okay, the new season about to come out. Whatever, girl. I guess I'll watch it fine. And, everyone said the same thing when I saw Atlanta. And I was a late arrival to Atlanta because I don't like Donald Glover. And that one did not pop for me. But Euphoria, okay? When I tell you that Zendaya, who's also from Oakland, we don't all the way claim her because she didn't really kick it in the black parts, but she's from Oakland, okay? Mm-hmm. Her daddy black, okay? But when I tell you how that show pops, okay? There's something about the way it's written, the way it's thought through. It's very intentional. It's very thoughtful. It has a lot of questions about gender and sexuality and how we think about drug use and who counts as criminal. But also, like, them white people on that show out their mind, bro.
Ooh, I love a show with crazy white people.
I love a show, first of all, with white on white crime, okay? My favorite genre of film is the white on white crime genre.
Just chef's kiss.
And it's interdisciplinary in terms of its approach, right? So it could be a Western, it could be a thriller, it could be a horror, it could be a psychological film. But my favorite genre is white on white crime. Euphoria gives you so many variants of white on white crime, See,
and I haven't watched it yet, and I've been very skeptical. Because I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was like, I'm lost and I don't see it. But now that you are highlighting the white on white crime and violence.
Oh, and it's just peak. Okay, it's top shelf. You know what I'm saying? And there is a young man on that show. There's a young gentleman. He is white. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'm going to tell you right now, I believe this nigga. This nigga is supposed to be a drug dealer. I believe this man has never been out the game in his life. I believe that nigga was born into the game. I believe this boy, I don't know where he came from. I don't know where Zendaya found him. I don't even believe that he had to audition for the role. I think he just was already doing it. And they said, hey, you, hey, we want to do a biopic on you. Would you like to be in the film? Would you like to be on our show? Because you're already doing it and we'd like to just create this whole story around you, actually. When you watch Euphoria, you'll know who I'm talking about. So I personally would like to say, as a Virgo, on behalf of the Virgos who can stretch themselves, the healed Virgos, I was able to stretch myself and watch a show. First of all, I don't like shows. Second, that was made by a light skin. Okay. Third, that features a hell of a lot of white people. Okay. And that's been on my mind because I love this show.
Shocked. I did not understand. I didn't know why you would want to start watching the show.
I love it. And now it's on like actual weekly and it's driving me out of my mind because I have to actually wait for a new episode to come on. And I literally lay there in the bed trying to play them. And then I realized that I cannot play them. So I just watch the same episode over again. Every week. I watch it 3 times in a row. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. That shit is amazing. It's beautiful. Niggas be walking on ceilings and shit. Niggas are shot perfectly. The lighting is beautiful. They be looking greasy when they supposed to look greasy. They be looking moisturized when they supposed to look moisturized. I'm just like, what is this? Who did this? Who's responsible? Oh, it's Zendaya. It's Zendaya.
That's one thing I will say. She really keep her shit tight.
That girl, she talented, bro. She
She don't be around no fuckery.
She don't. Her, listen, hey. You come from Oakland. Hey. Our light skin's made different. Okay? Our light skin's made different. And just to make sure I clarify here, I'm not talking about Kamala because she's not from Oakland, okay? Okay. All right. Just to make sure we understand that. Now, what else has been on my mind? I have not stopped listening to the fucking songs from the Terrell 1 Million show. I've been listening to them for months. That shit came on last year.
Can you give some background for those who might not know what you're talking about?
So again, in true Virgo form, I don't give a fuck what people like, and I intentionally don't like them because I don't want to like people's other things and I like my own shit. So when Terrell show came out, I was like, you trying to tell me y'all watching a show with some boy on YouTube and I'm supposed to watch it because why? And I did not watch that shit. I did not watch it. I was like, no.
For years.
And I was fine. I did just fine in my life. I was successful. Everything was fine. My skin was moisturized and I was still cute. However, I watch it now and I love that fucking show. And the 1 Million show came on at the end of last year. And it had Duran Bernard, it had Samo, it had my boo-boo Avery on there. And like, they're just so beautiful. Amber Riley's always on there.
Always.
And, you know, it's one of those things, I think, for me, where I really like what Terrell has done because, you know, also, he's a Virgo. But I also really appreciate what he has done with his platform because he has been 100% himself. He has been 100% consistent, and he has also made a space for other people to do so, right? When people come on his show, they're awkward, they're goofy, they sing how they want to sing, they dress how they want to dress, they do what they want to do. Homie be having their wigs slipping up and down their heads. You know what I'm saying? Like, they actually be who they are. And I think that, you know, in certain ways, when you think about what that show does and the fact that it had kind of meager beginnings on YouTube, you know, it gave a lot of folks permission to chase their dreams and to be fully in their bodies and to trust their own self-knowing, right? And I think that 1 Million show and seeing how extravagant it was and how beautiful it was and seeing these black folk, queer folk, you know, all types of bodied of folk from all over the country, all over the world, singing these songs that are from our generation. You know, we're millennials. They're singing Bonnie Raitt. They're singing 702. They're singing all these Whitney Houston songs. And, you know, they're singing songs that we know that we grew up on. And it felt culturally like a moment.
Yeah, it was.
It felt like a cultural moment. Like, you know, we remember when YouTube came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, our kids will never know the concept of YouTube coming out or like Twitter coming out, right? Like, they just know these things to exist. Facebook for them is just a thing. Social media for them is just a thing. But we remember these things coming out. And Terrell has hit 1 million followers on YouTube, a platform that for us, like, innovated a whole generation. Like, we can see each other now. We can load videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole thing. And I think for me, having that happen at the end of such an awful, awful year.
Yeah.
You know, it was such a celebratory moment. It was like, okay, like, black and queer folk is still out here really winning and doing it and looking so fine.
And that's that's one thing I would say was really dope about that is like we watched it on the live stream.
Yes.
We we streamed it on our TV.
Yes.
And we were like sitting on it was a whole
whole thing.
Experience.
It was a whole
thing. It wasn't
thing.
like we were, huddled around a laptop or watching it on our phones. Like it was like,
everybody was live tweeting it, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like, did you see Terrell show? Did you see Terrell show? Did you see Terrell show? And I think that there's something very special about, especially when it's like, despite these very tragic and like kind of dark moments, when black folk come together and win together. You know what I'm saying? Terrell has made sure that as he's continued to win, that he brings all his friends, all his folks with him. And he doesn't want to win alone. I love the fuck out of that. So if Terrell ever listens to this, just know you're my cousin. And I already told everyone that we're cousins, so it can't be changed now. Don't tell nobody we're not cousins, because we are now.
This podcast is supported by generous donations from our patrons and listeners. Become a supporter today by heading to www.patreon.com/colorcombosmedia.
You can stream the show on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. When you listen, please consider hitting that heart button, sharing, giving us a 5-star rating, and leaving some dope comments. This helps us with our page rankings and gets more listeners for the show. Thank you so much.
All right. So let's move into celebrity stuff.
Celebrity stuff.
Celebrity stuff. Is that the name of the of the segment?
This is not a segment.
Celebrity stuff.
That's just what we're talking about today.
So here's the thing. Like, a lot of really tragic and sad things have happened. And that includes things like divorces, right? And I want to be clear here. Like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Okay? Divorce is very sad.
Yeah, it is.
It can be very, very, very sad. But I hold celebrity divorces in a different type of light. In a different type of frame, right? So recently, Meagan Good and Devon Franklin were divorced after 9 years of marriage.
They're not divorced yet. They announced that
they announced the divorce after 9 years of marriage. And I feel very complexly about this, right? Like, Devon, okay, so we went to USC. You and I met at school in LA. We've seen Meagan Good in person. We've bumped into Layla Ali. Devon Franklin went to our school. People who we know him. Like, you know, so it's a little bit different for us. But I think what I'm taking from this is a little bit different from some people who have no proximity to these people. And for me, I always had an issue with their relationship because Meagan Good, first of fucking all, is fucking gorgeous, right? Like, stunning, talented, amazing, beautiful. Has been acting since she was a child and is a very accomplished person, you know? And what has always bothered me about the Devon Franklin and Meagan Good, you know, whatever, is that it has always seemed to me from the outside looking in, and again, I don't talk about people's relationships because it's not my business, but it's always seemed to me that other people's opinions about them were rooted in misogynoir. It was always rooted in this analysis of Megan as if she was falling short and that she was not going to be able to keep him. And I'm like, bro, is he going to be able to keep her?
Hey.
Because she is bad as fuck. Like, she is bad as fuck. And if we're being honest, that seems like it would be harder work for him to keep her. You know what I'm saying?
It should be.
He seemed mad boring. And if I'm being honest, he don't look like he give good dick or good head. So I'm like, if you're Meagan Good and you look like that and you have this career and you've achieved all these dreams of yours and you could literally have any gender of person that you want across the world and you're with Devon Franklin and most of us only know his name now because you're getting divorced. Was it an issue of her keeping him or was it an issue of him keeping her?
I will say this. Like you said, I don't like to talk about anyone's relationship, especially like what goes on between them and all that stuff, because we don't know. We're not in that relationship. But what I will say now that they are going through this divorce, the way it looks to me, as someone on the outside looking in, it looks like the person who decided to make this move was Megan.
Right.
That's the sentiment I'm getting from how people are moving. Apparently she just had a jersey on that said "Miss Good if you're nasty."
I saw.
So I feel like this is a situation where she is taking power.
She a freak, bro. She a freak, bro.
Yeah, she to me seemed like someone who kind of a freak.
But also, like, she wants to live her life, right? Like, and this is the thing, and I've always said this, like, be young, be fine, be moisturized, be out, go to the beach, go live your life. Like, you know, this whole thing, this whole church culture of like somehow you don't get to be sexual, you don't get to be pretty, you don't get to be, you know, your skin can't show, your arms can't be out, and oh my God, look at her shoulders. Bitch, what the fuck is going on in church? You got niggas spitting on people's faces and can't nobody have shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fucking strange. Shoulders are actually fucking joints, people. They're fucking joints. They just connect your fucking arm to your fucking back, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking weird shit. And I just honestly feel like when we have these conversations, it just feels so trite to me. You know, the judgments of Megan over the years have always got on my fucking nerves because niggas are saying shit about dresses. Bitch, she on a red carpet. What the fuck you gonna wear? A fucking 3-piece church suit with a fucking Easter hat?
And I've always felt like the judgments and the tenor of which people talk about Meagan Good has always been different. And we can't help but see that that's rooted in the fact that she's a black woman.
Right.
She's a black woman. She's thin. she has, she's very shapely. And I think...
I mean, for a very petite, very skinny person, I mean, let's be clear here.
Yeah.
She is very shapely for Hollywood, which means she's probably a size 0.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you think about Black women in Hollywood, you don't really see people with her body shape. You see people that are older. You don't really see someone like her with this much fame and success. And I think the path that she walks, and like I said, watching it over the years has been kind of hard. I just feel like it's a very difficult path because I feel like people always want to undermine her.
Correct.
And they always want to sell her short.
Correct.
And they always want to typecast her and put her in smaller roles and make her not be the face of something, not be the lead of a movie or a play or whatever it is. And I think it's because of her appearance.
Correct.
That people want to literally shove her ass in a box. And I think her whole career has really basically been, I'm more than that. And I feel like this marriage, to me, the way she's moving now feels like she's doing that same exact thing of, I'm more than just some dude's wife. Right? I'm a whole person. And if I'm not allowed to be the whole person, then I need to move in a different way.
It reminds me so much of Jenn and Daren talking about pretty privilege when she talked about how people see her and objectify and categorize and want her to perform beauty and want her to perform basicness because of how she looks. And it absolutely is a thing, And I speak about this as a person who I've never considered myself as traditionally pretty. I'm a 6'4" tall, dark-skinned woman with a fat ass and weird kneecaps, and I walk funny and I'm clumsy and I got hella tattoos. I think I look like an alien. However, since I turned 35, people think I'm cute. Cool, got it. But what irritates the fuck out of me is like, bitch, I'm still a whole damn doctor. Like, I'm a whole ass doctor. I'm a mother. I'm an organizer. I write books. I sing. I do pottery. I paint, And the ways that people will essentially deny you the access to your own self. Oh, you can't do those things. You can't possibly be good at them. Oh, don't worry yourself. I'm like, wow, it's 2022 and we still out here on this fuckery, And I just feel like I'm really actually very happy for Megan. And I feel bad because everyone's like, oh, divorce. And I'm like, yeah, well, she seemed like she good. She's in a really good place in her career. She got a hit show. Harlem is doing great. People love that show. Like, I think she's doing great. In a few years, we will not remember that man's name. I had to look it up to do this episode. I had to look it up during the episode.
Yikes.
Moving on. Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa.
This one I think is interesting because people have talked about their relationship for so long, and the way they've usually framed it is, what kind of magic does Lisa Bonet have?
Good night.
Right? They're like, how did she get Jason Momoa? And before that,
good night.
She had
Lenny Kravitz.
She had Lenny Kravitz. What is she doing? What kind of bedroom antics?
Let me tell you right now.
What kind of hoodoo or voodoo?
Let me tell you right now, that don't sound like nothing but light skin worship. Okay, Lisa Bonet is interesting enough. Okay, like I get it. Okay, okay. Zoe Kravitz is a mini version of Lisa Bonet. I don't get the obsession. They both look like Lenny Kravitz to me. They all look like the same person. Lenny, Lisa, and Zoe are to me the same person. Just light skin with different lengths of locks and hair. And like, that's fine if that's your aesthetic or whatever. But let's not overdo it. Lisa Bonet is not serving, oh my God, sex goddess. Oh my God, she's just putting it on these niggas. Okay, let's be clear here. Jason Momoa, okay, he's cute and everything, but he mad corny. I love this man. But can't nobody play the roles that he has played in the ways that he has played them without being super mad corny.
It's true.
Like Ciara and what's his name? Russell Wilson are just a different variant of Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa, right? Like, no shade. Like, it's perfectly fine. But what we're not going to do is be like, oh my God, Lisa Bonet. We're not doing it, boo. Boo. She got her start on Cosby Show. Stop it right now.
It's actually really strange to me. I always thought they were actually a really good couple.
They seem fine.
And it's not, and to me, it was never about like, ooh, they're just so sexy and they just are so into each other. To me, it was like, personality-wise, all these niggas, Lenny Kravitz, Lisa Bonet, Jason Momoa, they all seem hella fucking laid back.
Yeah.
They all seem like people that would go sit on a couch and smoke weed
on
all
the
day
beach.
together
right.
on a beach.
Drink a beer.
Smoke a hookah.
Right.
They just seem like real chill ass people, and I'm sure they all just get along hella well.
Right. And honestly, Lisa Bonet don't strike me as somebody who really needs to stay married. That's what it comes off to me like. She seemed, I'm going to be real with you, she seemed mad queer to me. Mad queer. I've never thought she was straight. Every time I see her with a man, I'm like, okay, girl, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I think she's gay. And I honestly think that she just wants to live her fucking life, which is perfectly fine. And I think Momoa will be fine. I don't think that they care that much. I think that everyone else cares more than them.
Yeah, I didn't read the whole announcement, but their announcement was so flowery, and it was basically like some kind of shit like, oh, we love each other and we've been squeezed by society and the perils of living in this world. And, it's not like, oh, I hate that nigga.
They're fine.
I'm going to key his car tomorrow. No,
they're fine.
These people are fine.
They're fine.
And I think that's the other thing to always remember about these Hollywood marriages. I mean, these are people that are so obscenely rich, and the lifestyles that they live are so ridiculous. Like, if they get divorced, they're like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
But, like, they got other shit popping.
I still have access to all the possible people in the world who'd ever want to date me. Oh, no.
Yeah,
they're not lacking. They're fine.
I mean, think about Lisa Bonet. She went from Lenny Kravitz to Jason Momoa. She's fine.
And she'll go to somebody else. Ideally, a woman.
Okay. Let's be a little bit more serious now.
Okay.
A little tiny bit more serious.
Right.
So, as we talk about transitions, one thing I do want to highlight is we have lost a lot of celebrities.
So many people.
In a very short time for us to be so early in 2022.
Yes.
We lost Bell Hooks.
Yeah, man.
We lost Bell Hooks, y'all.
Yeah, man.
We lost Sidney Poitier.
Betty White.
We lost Andre Leon Talley.
Bob Saget.
I mean, these people are legends.
Legends.
The mark that these people have left.
Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, forever. Like, for so long, these people have done so much. They have literally shaped the world. They have shaped the minds of millions and millions of people.
Yep.
They are instrumental in how so much of the world looks and functions today.
Yeah. And
to lose all of these people so quickly, I think it highlights, honestly, what the world is feeling. I feel like that's how everyone at home feels right now. Is there's just people, they're just disappearing.
But I think that's something we're going to have to prepare ourselves for too, right? I mean, I think I was thinking about it analytically. I was like, why are there so many losses happening in this particular generation, right? The people that we listed just now are all from a particular generation and older, right? And I'm like, obviously we're going through COVID right now, and obviously we're dealing with the pandemic and all of that, and the global health crisis and what that means in terms of isolation and all those things. But what we're also dealing with is the fact that the baby boomers were the largest generation of people that we had in the world in the history of us being here until millennials.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to experience these mass losses, and it'll probably continue for the next few years. You know what I'm saying? And I hadn't been thinking about it that way until we started having those multiple passing away of folks that we really admire on the same day. And I was like, what is going on? But these folks are 70 and older. These folks are 65 and older. These folks have lived long lives in most instances. And when they haven't, they live very difficult lives where they've had to struggle quite a bit just to get the recognition and the affirmation and the admiration that they deserve. I think a lot about Bell Hooks and how early on in her career as a feminist, she faced so much antagonism and an opposition from other Black people. You know what I'm saying? It was Black people, namely Black men, who were running her, off of stages and telling her that her feminism wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Her and Alice Walker had to hold up the banner for womanism and for Black feminism just to show it's actually a real thing. And our lives actually matter. There's a reason why she retired and just went and live in Kentucky to mind her Black business. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
She's tired.
She was tired, but she kept her deep and connected relationships to folks to feminists like Beverly Guy Sheftall, who knew her whole life, right? She had these deep and lasting connections, but she also was very much insulated from the violence of the world. And I just really have been reflecting on that when I think about especially our Black elders who have been passing recently, in the ways that a lot of them have kind of just removed themselves from the mainstream and from society because it's just so violent toward them. It's just so harmful toward them. I think a lot about our ancestors, you know, the Audre Lordes of the world, the James Baldwins, the Harriet Tubmans, right? Who a lot of them, W.B. Du Bois, right? People who left the country, who were like, I'm fucking done with this shit, right? Like who found ways to actually release themselves from this entire societal kind of anti-Black white supremacist ecosystem so that they could live their lives in ways that were authentic and true to who they were. So, you know, it is quite sad, and I do sit with the loss in a very particular way. But I also feel like, wow, I'm just really grateful that they were here. You know, when we were on this earth, I think a lot about Toni Morrison and the fact that we actually walked the earth while she was here.
I know, it's wild.
And like Angela Davis is still here, and I'm just like, oh God, protect her at all costs, you know. But also when she's ready, you know, to be done, we got to release her. You know what I'm saying? That's the other part that I think that we have a responsibility to, as folks who survive our elders and ancestors. You know, part of our responsibility is to say, you know, when they've done their work, we got to let them go. Niggas was like, oh my God, Betty White, oh my God, she passed away. How could this happen? I'm like, bro, she was almost 100 years old.
She was like, wasn't it days before?
Days before her 100th birthday. And I'm like, yeah, it is sad, right? It is sad. But also, she lived a long, full life.
She lived a long, full life. And she was working in Hollywood for her entire adult life.
Entire adult life. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. That is amazing. And so I think I really kind of want people, especially in this COVID moment, to start thinking about ways to, like, you know, reframe the deaths and the passings and the transitions of folks who have lived these full lives, you know what I'm saying? Folks who are upwards in age, who have these major life accomplishments, and just spend more time just being grateful and like sharing in the breath and the moment and the feel of what it means to be present with them when they're here. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to just spend more time being present with them when they're here so that when they transition, we don't feel like something was torn away. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend the other day, she was saying like that she hadn't read Bell Hooks' work until after she died. And she called it a different kind of mourning. And I was like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different kind of mourning because we don't typically respect our elders like we should. We don't honor old folk like we should. And then they pass and we have this loss because we're like, we don't know what we don't know. Like, we don't know what we missed. We don't know what questions we didn't ask. We don't know what pictures we didn't take. We don't know how much time we didn't spend, what we could have learned. And I think for me, like, you know, in this first rundown episode, we talked about a lot of stuff, but we started off at like, you know, don't be outside of your character. Don't let this pandemic take you up out of your character. And I think that bringing it full circle to this moment, we're talking about Bell Hooks in particular, but also with all of these losses, you know, make sure that you sit in your character when it comes to like respecting your folks too, right?
Yes.
Make sure that you sit in your character and that you have ethics and that you have like integrity and that you have a rootedness in understanding that these people birthed you, brought you here, carried you, and it's but by the grace of God and by their moxie and ambition that you get to walk here and be here and breathe here and eat here and learn. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we are nothing if not the fruit of the work of our ancestors.
You can find my mom and dad, aka That Black Couple, on the web at thatblackcouple.com. That Black Couple is owned and operated by Color Combos Media. If you would like to help fund our content, sign up at www.patreon.com/colorcombosmedia. Please consider giving us $5 or $10 per month to help us build our platform and grow our organization. You can also give one-time donations at www.paypal.me/colorcombosmedia. All donations are welcome.
And we're back.
And we're back.
It was fun doing this rundown episode.
It was, but it's so strange. I feel like I'm gonna have to adjust to it.
Yeah, we like to sit and just wax poetic for hours.
We really do. Mostly you.
Okay, mostly me. but you are the academic. You know you can talk.
I'm an academic, but you are too.
You can run a lecture. We know
You're
this.
also an academic because you're in grad school, my friend.
I am. I'm academic
You're
leaning.
getting an MFA. You gotta own it now. You got no choice, nigga. So let's talk about this last part.
Yeah.
Let folks know what's coming up next, Darren. What's coming up next?
Yeah, so our next episode we are going to do, it's called How to Move as a Healing Black Person in 2022. And I think it's a really great way to start the year to talk about this. And the core, I think the real foundation of how to move in 2022, if you are a healing Black person, is boundaries.
Boundaries. We're talking about boundaries on the next episode. The next episode is about boundaries.
And really the way that we came to it is, it was really tragic. We actually, just today, we all discovered that Regina King lost her son.
Yeah.
Lost her son to suicide. And it's terribly sad hearing that. And I know we were talking about it, and we were just thinking about how important it is that we all take care of ourselves, and that we all take care of each other. And I think one of the most vital ways of taking care of both ourselves and others at the same time is having healthy boundaries.
Absolutely.
Setting them, making them known.
Flexing in mugs.
Flexing them. And so that builds healthy relationships.
Absolutely. And one thing I've learned is that, there are a lot of times where those of us who have dealt with a lot of trauma, who have dealt with a lot of hurt, who, our early lessons in love were painful or violent because of our family, our parents, our friends, our first lovers. We are sometimes desensitized to the ways that our boundaries have been crossed and the ways that we have stopped listening to our inner self, our inner child. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna dig in.
We're gonna dig all the way in.
This is one of our deep dive episodes.
This is one of our deep dives.
So we are allowing ourselves to go in all the way in.
All the way. It's gonna be rough, but we're good.
And I can't wait to do it.
Me either, friend.
Can we do a high five?
You annoying.
Thank y'all for listening. Before you go, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ThatBLKCouple, on Facebook at ThatBlackCouple, and look us up on the internets at www.thatblackcouple.com.
Bye.